Hello everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you guys are fine, you all are safe, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with another interesting title, and oh my god, this was an amazing read. I think by far this has been the best read of this year of 2022, and I'm so excited to talk about it with you guys. The book that I finished is The Little French Bookshop. It's by Cecile, Pivot, however you want to pronounce it. It's a paperback, cute little paperback. This book is actually, it's not like your any normal book, like there are no chapters. This book is in the form of, like, the writing style is called the epistolary. That means it's written in the form of letters. So actually there are no chapters but letters which the different characters in this book have written to each other. Now coming to the story of this book, Esther is our main character. She is a French bookseller. She has her little bookshop, and she's just lost her father, and after he passes she decides that she's going to have this letter writing workshop. So she places an ad in the newspaper. The reason being, although when her father was alive, they used to share letters with each other. In spite of living literally block away from each other, they still wrote letter to each other every week. And after his death, she just wants to feel that same joy again. So she's like, why don't I have this letter writing workshop? And she also wants to pass on her copy editing skills that she has. She wants to pass on the benefit to that to prospective novelists. So she's hoping that through this letter writing workshop that she's organizing, some of the writers, the aspiring writers, will get in touch with her and she can help them in copy editing. So but to her surprise, once she puts the ad in the newspaper, there are 5 people who apply for it, and none of them is a budding writer or a novelist. Now, talking about these 5 people who join her workshop, very interesting set of characters. The first is a cynical businessman. Basically, he is someone who is sad, and I would say he's just bored of everything in his life. He's a divorcee. He has no contact with his children, wife, and he's not really happy about anything in his life. I mean, he's earned so much, so he's bored of money as well. The next 2 people we have are actually husband and wife. So they are suffering from the wife's post pregnancy, the postpartum depression. That is, after she's delivered her daughter, she's going through this depression phase, which a lot of mothers go through, and somehow that has kind of affected their relationship. So they are the one who have joined this workshop to kind of communicate again with each other, because the wife has moved out of the house and she's staying separately. The third person is a lonely widow, and she decides to join this letter writing workshop because she's lonely, and she's lost the love of her life, and she's hoping that through this workshop she can develop some connections. The last interesting character, I would say, is the youngest of the lot. He's an awkward teenager who is kind of, he's kind of I would say, just doesn't know how to manage, because he's lost his brother to cancer, and that has kind of fractured his relationship with his parents, who are still mourning the death of his brother. So he's the last one who has joined this workshop. Now so like you see, a different set of people and interesting characters, each coming from a different background with really interesting stories. Now as a part of this workshop, initially first time they all come together and they meet, and Esther, she basically decides that every week she's going to give them this one exercise, and they have to pick up any 2 people from the workshop, and they're supposed to write letter to each other. That's the way they're going to correspond with each other. So initially all of them, the workshop starts and they start writing letter to each other. Initially all of them are little apprehensive and conscious of their writing, but soon when they start writing, you know, their first and the second letter, they start opening up to each other. They start sharing the battles that they are fighting, you know, they start even sharing their hopes, dreams and fears. And you know, at the end of the day, by the time you finish the book, you see that all these characters, how they have found you know, or a friend, I would say, or they have formed a special bond through this letter writing workshop. Now through, you know, these letters that these characters keep writing to each other, the author touches upon various themes. So she's talking about divorce, she's talking about child abandonment, she's talking about you know, losing the love of your life, she's talking about cancer, she's talking about the postpartum depression that most you know, some of the women go through. So these are some of the topics that she is touching upon. But I think the major thing that she talks, you know, or is the takeaway message from the book is, you know, that there's always this light at the end of the tunnel. And that is what I really like. In fact, what I also like is, you know, how as you keep turning the pages, each of these character grows and how their journey, you know, unfolds. And at the end of the day, each of them find their own happy ending, which I really enjoyed and loved. But the central theme, I would say, of this book is the power and the magic of letter writing, handwritten, you know, letters, and how they bring people close. And you know, especially in the time of need when it's difficult to communicate, you know, how they bridge that gap. And it's so beautiful, you know. I when I was reading the book and the author shares the same sentiments, it's just so sad that with the rise of internet and the social media apps, etc., we've just stopped writing letters to each other. And you know, I personally love writing letters. I love writing handwritten notes to people, and you know, all the tam jham with it, like I like stamping them, you know, putting the postal stamps, and I even have the wax seal. So yeah, the author says that, you know, it would be interesting if the whole letter writing thing came back. So that's the central theme. Yeah, so I think while I'm talking about this, I would just quickly mention that I have no idea that why the author decided to name the book The Little French Bookshop, because actually the book is all about handwritten, you know, letters and the art of letter writing. And there's absolutely no mention of the bookshop. Yes, Esther owns a bookshop, but it's nowhere in the story, you know. So I don't know why the author came up with this title, but I would just say that overall it's a delightful read from start to end. And I mean, I would just urge you all to pick up this read. And you know, I just have to say that what I really love the most is that, you know, each of the character is so likable. You know, there's something about each of the character that I think stays with you, and that's what I love. Yeah, so that's all on this lovely book. Please give it a try. Yeah, I'm going to see you guys next week with another title. Till then, take care. Bye bye.